Hi guys, it's Angel from Angel Sky TV, and I just wanted to do a little post on my secret love affair for acupuncture. So, I recently decided that, well, I haven't fully decided, but I'm thinking starting in September, I'm going to start training to become an acupuncture doctor. And I'm still in my master's program, but in September, I would be starting my practicum, and it's like 1 day a week. And so I'm going to attempt to start my first year of acupuncture training, which is about 2.5 to 3 days a week, depending on which length of, like if I do the 2 year or the 3 year. Um, anyways, I haven't fully decided, but for the 2009, I got accepted to Eastern College for acupuncture, and it was a brand new program, and at the time my acupuncture doctor was advised me not to go to it because it was new, and they were still working out all the kinks and whatnot. And then in 2010 I went to go see a Swami from India because I was really confused. I didn't know whether to do acupuncture or counseling. Acupuncture or counseling. In my heart, I really, really wanted to do acupuncture, but I didn't think I could do it. And I never really intellectualized that. Like, I never really thought about that because I don't normally ever put limits on myself or what I can do or what I'm capable of. But in this case, I really felt like, it was totally out of my league. Like, it just to learn the processes of becoming an acupuncture doctor was so foreign to, anything I'd ever done. And anyways, the Swami, to make a long story short, the Swami didn't give me any direction. He was kind of like, you got to decide on your own. I'm like, thanks. Um, anyhow, I ended up choosing because there wasn't really at the time, I didn't know of here in Halifax, like a credible program. My acupuncture doctor actually advised me to just go to China and study there. And I was like, that's not really what I can do at this time in my life. Um, so I started to do a second degree in psychology. I completed that in 2011. I would have finished it earlier, but I had my daughter, so that kind of slowed the process down a little bit. And so the reason I did that, I have a fine art degree, and then the psychology degree together would become a counselor art therapist, which I had always been working towards. Like in my first degree that I completed in fine art, I was 2005, and I had within that degree, I had accumulated enough credits to have a second degree pretty much. So I only had another year for a psychology major. And I was doing that for the purpose of going to uh, become an art therapist, and had gotten accepted at Concordia, but I turned that down just because I don't know, I didn't want to live in Montreal at the time. And then I had got accepted to Acadia in 2009 for counseling, but I didn't like that it was just counseling because I'm really, I'm an artist. I wanted to do have a program that has the um, credibility of a counselor, but the flexibility of an art therapist, if that makes sense. So, anyways, after I had my daughter, I found this master's program that combines both Athabasca University, which is a conjoined program with the Vancouver Art Therapy Institute. So you become a counselor licensed across Canada, and it's very credible in all provinces, the program. And then the art therapist, you can also register in every province as well. So that's what I've been working towards since 2014, September 2014. And I actually just don't like the program for the most part. Like the online component, it's very academic. It's incredible. It's been just kicking my ass. Of course, I did also start a store at the same time, which probably wasn't an intelligent idea. But anyways, I do like because in the summer you get to go away to the school. So last summer I went to Calgary for like 3.5 weeks, and I was on site in a classroom, made lots of connections. I loved it. It reaffirmed my reasoning for going in the program. But during the fall and winter, it's all online, and it's all these discussion forums, and like this is a 1 week of reading, and like honestly, okay, this might not look like a lot, but I have photocopied like 4 pages on one page, and it's double-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like lots of reading, which is fine. I mean, I love to read, but a lot of it, it's just so academic. I'm such an experiential person. So for me, I'm just like, oh, somebody like take the knife out of my chest. This is killing me. And not only do you have to read, but you have to write constantly, and it all has to be referenced. Like you can't just say your opinion. It can't be just, oh, I like that. You know, you have to like reference from the weekly readings. This is 1 week. But of course, this semester I'm in 2 classes, which is really just kicking my ass. Actually, I'm suffering from a bit of burnout right now, to be quite frank. And I'm trying to combat that. Like this week I had started my week with Thai massage. I did an amazing Reiki, shamanic Reiki treatment yesterday, and then I had an acupressure massage today. Like I'm just like, okay, I got to get back on track because I'm like very, very much going down the burnout road because it's just so heavy and of a program. So, you know, with burnout, of course, you contemplate quitting and whatnot. I don't think I'm gonna quit this program. That might change. I am looking forward to going to Vancouver this summer. It's 19 days, and I would be at the Vancouver Art Therapy Institute. The only thing I don't like about that idea is being away from my daughter, because she's young. She's only 4, and I have never spent like one night away from her. So I don't know. If I can bring my family, then I won't drop out of this program. If I can't bring my daughter, my husband, my son, and we go as a family, have it kind of like a vacation while I'm in school, then I probably will drop out because I don't know. Anyways, I didn't really want to talk about this program. What I wanted to talk about was my epiphany that occurred about 3 weeks ago. I was sitting here and it became so evident that I'm supposed to become an acupuncture doctor when I was like, my business that I opened the same month I started my master's is in an acupuncture college. It's in the only Eastern Canada acupuncture college. Like, that's where my business is located. So I don't think that that's by accident, because all of the students that come in for the last year and a half, I've been like drilling them. Like, how is the program? What do you like about the program? What don't you like about the program? Da 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 da. And I listen to them talk and I think, wow, like I could do that. I could do that. Oh my God, a 500 word essay, like that's nothing. Like I'm doing like 35 page essays with like 50 references, all peer reviewed, you know. And the interesting thing is, I thought I could do, I thought that the counseling would be easier for me. So I took that, the path of least resistance. But it turns out that while taking that, I'm learning that it would probably have been easier for me to do the acupuncture because it's in class, it's hands-on, it has a spiritual component to it, so you're not just learning academic. Like honestly, the academic world, I don't know, it's just like very pretentious, you know? Like I'm listening to some of the posts sometimes and I just want to rip my hair out. It's so pretentious. And yeah, like there's just this constant trying to prove your knowledge by all the things you reference and how well read you are. And like, it's honestly, I should post like one of my posts that I put in the forum, because it's just not me. Like I have to do it. Like you're graded on what you've read, but it's so unnatural for me to talk like that, to write that way, and it does stretch me. It has stretched me, and I have grown immensely from this program. For the most part, it's discipline, and I mean, I don't lack discipline. I'm really good at discipline, but it disciplines me in a different way, in like the amount of focus you have to do to pull together a paper. Like right now, I'm doing this YouTube video, I'm going to be totally honest with you, and I am procrastinating because I have a 15-page paper due, I have all this stuff to read, and I have like 5 posts I have to make, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And I'm like, time to do a YouTube video, because I'm just like, it's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. That being said, a good friend of mine was like, you know what? You got like what? These 2 classes plus another academic class. And then the art therapy classes are, you actually get to be an artist and create and do self-exploration and learn techniques that you can use with clients. I love that part of it. It's just this other part, I would like to just chuck it. Like it's, So by the time September rolls around, I'll have all of that under my belt, and I'll be able to do the practicum. And as like my friend had said, he was like, it'll be fun. The practicum will be fun. And I know that that's true because that's the type of person I am. I'm like face to face, let's talk, let's, work together, work it out, whatever, rather than in a book and writing and not connecting. Like I made a few connections, obviously, in my summer institute, but, when you're online, you feel isolated in this bubble, like you're not really in a class, and I really learn well through ear. That's how I absorb information. So when I'm reading, I have to work twice as hard to remember what I'm reading. It's just, I don't learn that way. Again, that's become strengthened, which I am happy about that. But yeah, so I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be an acupuncture doctor. That's why I ended up in this building. And as soon as I admitted that to myself, man, I just felt this sense of freedom. Like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I didn't believe in myself enough. I thought that it would be too hard. And this program I'm in, that has been the hardest thing I've ever done, has taught me that I can do something I really wanted to do in the first place. So the purpose of my long-winded video today is just to tell you, always believe in yourself. Even if it seems like it's impossible, you can do it. If it's in your heart, it's meant for you to do. I really understand that now. And I'm happy that I came to that realization, because I feel like a part of me was getting, there was this part of me that was, I don't want to say the word missing, because I don't feel like there's any part of me missing, but I was not allowing myself to fully be who I'm supposed to be. I posted a video a while back about becoming a medical intuitive. And, there's a lot of things I still don't understand that I'm seeing when I'm when I'm looking in the body through my third eye. So I know this program aligns more with me in that regard, in terms of I will learn more about what I'm seeing and understand what my intuition is trying to guide me to develop. And so I feel like, part of me is like, oh, well, I don't want to finish the counseling, art therapy, but at the same time, I worked towards that for almost 12 years. So I feel like, just get it over with. It's another year, practicum 1 day a week. What's the big deal? Couple more papers. That's the thing. It's the papers. Anyways, long story short, follow your heart, even if it makes absolutely no sense. And say you get off track. For example, could appear that I got off track. I picked the wrong program. There was those 2 choices, and I weighed them heavily, and I picked the one that I thought would be easier in the sense. Like, I just thought, wow, acupuncture could never do that. It's so intricate. Like, there's no way my mind could learn all of those points and everything, and like I would fail, And the truth of the matter is, I should have chosen that, but I didn't. And so what? Is it a mistake that I chose the master's program? Absolutely not. I don't think that that's a mistake. But look what happened. Life put me in the same place anyways, Did I lose time? No, I don't think I lost time either. Like, I feel like we spend a lot of time worrying, and I'll speak for myself. I've spent a lot of time in the past worrying, like, okay, what's the right choice? I don't want to make a mistake, and then if you make a mistake, you're like, oh no, I made a mistake. It's the end of the world. But it's really not the end of the world. And so that's what I kind of realized. It's, you'll end up where you're supposed to be no matter what you choose. And say, you go off course, it's actually, it doesn't matter. You're going to end up in the same place. So if that insight gives you any relief from worrying about the future, or, a relief from anxiety, then awesome. Then that's why I did this today. Besides the fact that I'm procrastinating a little bit, I did want to put that out there. I'm happy to possibly choose to become an acupuncture doctor. I'm almost like 99% in. I just want to make sure that I can. The only part of me that's indecisive is whether I should continue and finish my current training, which is almost over. So maybe, if you have a comment, like a suggestion, I'd be happy to take it at this point, because, I'm open to suggestions, what you guys think. Should I just drop the program I'm in and cut out like 5 papers from now until September, about 5 or 6 massive papers, and have like a little bit of fun, maybe enjoy my life a little bit. So if you think I should drop out, but that would mean I wouldn't go to Vancouver, which would mean, I wouldn't have to leave my family for that length of time. Just give me any suggestions you have. I'm open to them. And thank you for listening today, and always follow your heart. Thank you.